thank you everybody for joining. We are really excited to start this new series. This is the use case webinar. So we have scheduled 3 new webinars. You might have been joining our previous one, an introduction webinar that happened in it was autumn 2023. And now we're starting with our new series. We are kind of keeping on the old one, but trying to give a bit more examples on how to use the European Weather Cloud. And today is about using the EUMETSAT Pool Data Access Services through the European Weather Cloud. This is a really nice, interesting topic that we believe it can be really important for you all. You might have come to some of the trainings of Pool Data Access Services of EUMETSAT before, so you might already know more or less how it works. But it's good for everybody to know how you can actually implement it in your European Weather Cloud. So today to present is going to be me. My name is Noemi Marsico. I am an Earth Observation Data Engineer contracted to work for EUMETSAT. And my background is in hydrology. Not much more to say about me. So today with me, there is also going to be Yigit. Maybe you, Yigit, want to introduce yourself a moment to everybody?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Noemi. Hi, everyone. My name is Yigit. I'm also an Earth Observation Data Services engineer working closely within EWC teams and Data Access Services teams, which I'm going to be showing you that today. So I will be doing the demonstration part of the training today.
Thank you so much, Yigit. So I want to tell you a little bit how we are organized for today, so everybody is aware of what is going to happen. So we're starting with a little bit of introduction about the European Weather Cloud. We know that some of you might already have a tenancy, that you already have used it, or you might be aware of it, but some of you might not. So just really quickly, we're going through what is the European Weather Cloud, why ECMWF and EUMETSAT have worked so hard to create this cloud for all our member states. We also going to talk about how to get a tenancy, so the tenancy, how to getting a tenancy workflow, we call it like that. This is important, of course. If you don't have a tenancy and you want to know how to get one, really simple, but it's important that everybody is aware of the process that you're going to have to do. And also we are going to talk about the data access services of EUMETSAT specifically. We're talking about data store, the customization tool data Tailor, and the Python library EUMDAC. This is EUMDAC is in short, the long term is EUMETSAT Data Access Client. And then we'll have Yigit here giving us a great demonstration about how to open a virtual machine, how to open your tenancy, create a virtual machine, install data Tailor. Open a virtual machine with an already installed data Tailor. Don't worry if everything sounds still like a bit confusing, because slowly we'll go through everything and you will be able to understand how everything works. But Yigit, really important here today, he will give us a demonstration on how to actually do all the process. So let me start from the European Weather Cloud. I promise I'll be really short on this because I know many of you already are perfectly aware of what it is. So the European Weather Cloud is a project that which pilot started in 2019. It's a joint collaboration between ECMWF and EUMETSAT, and the main purpose is to bring computational resources closer to our big data. So this allows all our member states to work with their data way closer to where the data are actually hosted. And this obviously cuts out a lot of time and gives you a lot of different benefits that the European Weather Cloud, of course, community will bring from also community perspective. So as I already mentioned, we started the pilot project in 2019. The operational ramp up was in 2022, and then we became operational in 2023. This is when many of you have joined our webinars before, when we started becoming operational and we started giving access to our member states and to whoever, of course, needs access and is allowed to have this access. You can find the link here. It's of course European Weather Cloud with europeanweather.cloud. You can just direct link to it, and you will see every resource that we have, a bit of about us, knowledge bases, and also links to our communities. But don't worry, again, I will expand in a little bit on that. So just for you to know, this project is not for everybody. Not everybody can get access to the European Weather Cloud. This is a project specifically designed for member operating states. So of course, we aim to give importance to the research and development. So we have ECMWF special projects and EUMETSAT annual R&D calls. Of course, this project is also open to EMI partners, for example, EUMETNet, and of course, internal use of ECMWF and EUMETSAT. This is really comfortable because, of course, we are the first one that work on this, so we are able to help you in everything that you are going to need. As you see here, these are our member states, ECMWF and EUMETSAT member states. You can access directly through this code here, and you can access the EWC support if you need. But what are the benefits? So why are we talking so much about the European Weather Cloud? Why is it good for our users to use it? There are different reasoning. Of course, first thing is the online access to the cloud computing resources. Of course, you don't have to install, for example, softwares on your computer. Everything will be on your European Weather Cloud, so it doesn't take you space. And this is obviously really comfortable if you have restricted space or you are doing computational processes that require a lot of storage, then this of course cuts out a lot of that resources that it would otherwise be on you. It's instead going to be on the European Weather Cloud. Of course, we have also flexibility in provisioning, managing, and deleting resources on demand. This is really comfortable as well when you create a virtual machine, for example, and you're thinking, but this is not enough, does not have enough storage for me. I want to process more. So you can easily reconfigure your virtual machine and just make it bigger, make it smaller, depending on what you need. And this is also something that, of course, it's a benefit for our users. We also have data availability and data locality for processing. So many times you will find that there are data available already in the European Weather Cloud. For example, they can be in S3 buckets. And this, of course, helps you out a lot in avoiding the whole processing of downloading data and store them somewhere. Today we are going to show you, he is going to show you how to download data directly from the data services of EUMETSAT. But of course, there are also other options. Of this one here specifically is mainly due to the fact that we have way more products that are right now available on our data store, and you can just simply download it. It takes literally no time, and it will be showing you this. And of course, last but not least, we have community. We all know that in science, community is essential. We all know that without being able to help each other, we wouldn't go anywhere. So this is one of our biggest parts. We have, besides having knowledge bases and guides that you can just simply explore, we are also going to have collaboration. You're going to have a chat that it's the Rocket Chat. And that actually, just a quick note, you will be able to find the link here on the chat. Maybe you can send the link to the general group. So we do ask you to ask questions there if you prefer. Of course, it's good also if you ask them here on Teams, but Rocket Chat already is a collaborative space. We already use it, and it's full of incredible people that are going to be able to help you in any aspect. So please do join our Rocket Chat. There is also a link coming up. But again, this is one of the most important things, being able to talk to each other and help each other. So not only with ECMWF and EUMETSAT, but also within the actual users. So we encourage that quite a lot. So let me just quickly go to the crowd service description, just for you to know. We do have, of course, virtual environments, isolated cloud tenancy, virtual machines, block and object storage, as I was mentioning to you, as S3 buckets, and virtual networking. Of course, all of this can be managed through Morpheus. Morpheus is our resources management. You can get automation automation tools, so monitoring and reporting, and all the different types of different tools that you might need in a management for your management of your virtual machine. And we also ourselves use it, of course, and it's really comfortable and really self-explanatory as well. And of course, support and collaboration. As I already mentioned to you, we have our discussion platform. It's called Rocket Chat. Please do join our Rocket Chat. But we also have a knowledge bases documentation in case you don't want to ask anybody and you just want to find out your answers by yourselves. Then also the knowledge bases are available. And also we have a support portal. This means that you will be able to raise a ticket. The ticket will arrive directly to us, EUMETSAT and ECMWF, and we'll be able, well, of course, depending on which side of the European Weather Cloud you're asking for. But of course, the support portal is always open and it's also always perfectly working. So for any question and matter that you want to discuss, please do raise a ticket within the support portal. Okay, so now that we have this this kind of like overall view of the European Weather Cloud, we arrive to how do we get a tenancy. So after I try to convince you on how we you can how helpful it is to have a space in the European Weather Cloud, how do you actually get a tenancy? You can see here there are default flow, alternative flow. Both flow work perfectly for us. Of course, one of them is a user needing a tenancy. You're going to raise a request to your authorizing officer of your own organization, and then the request will be sent to the EWC support, which will be consulting, of course, and deciding how many resources you want, and then your tenancy will be created and handed back to you. Of course, the alternative flow is really similar. The only difference is that you might be directly in contact with the EWC support. And of course, the authorizing officer will be part of the team, but it's not an essential person in between. But in any case, both work for us as long as you're sure that you want a certain amount of resources, how much resources you want, and then we can work together to give the best and all the resources that you are actually requiring. So. Okay, so after that, you know that that there is a way to ask for a tenancy and to get a tenancy. We also want to go through a bit of the data access services that you can get when you are already inside. As I was mentioning before, one of the benefits was having direct access to data, and this we all know in this industry that it's one of the most fundamental parts for everybody. As you see here, we have from the ECMWF side and we have from the EUMETSAT side. Of course, because today is based on EUMETSAT, we're talking about the EUMETSAT Data Access Services. Sorry, ECMWF, I shaded your part. But today we're talking about EUMETSAT Data Store and Data Tailor. These are our pool data access services. So they are all the EUMETSAT meteorological, climate, and ocean data that you can access through APIs. And also we are going to incorporate the tailoring capabilities, which don't worry if it still doesn't make sense to you. I will explain you this too. And of course, we have also EUMETCAST terrestrial. There is a near real-time data delivery via terrestrial network. So also this is available. But today we are talking about pool data access services. How do we get access to the data access services? So before you actually know how you can have access to the data access services, you might want to know exactly what they are. So let me quickly say this and then give the word to Yigit. Let me distinguish to you what we're talking about when we're talking about the pool data access services, when we're talking about data store. Data store is our main archive. We hold all our data there. Majority of our data there, and it's a service that it works on demand. This means that you're able to download your data directly after you have asked for them. So this is a really comfortable and quick operation that you can do for downloading data. We have different data collection, near real-time products, historic, climate records, and delayed time. We do have available services through direct link, but don't worry because Yigit will be showing you exactly how to do it instead through APIs. As you see, we have an online web user interface you can also access, but we also have APIs. So we have download API, open search, browse, and discovery. All of these are really incredibly comfortable APIs, and we made it even more comfortable with the use of EUMDAC, which I will also describe to you in a minute. So just for you to know, the data store is our archive. You can get collections there. You can get the information that you want. You can download the data that you want. But what is the data tailor instead? Because you heard me talking. Okay, the data store is the archive. So what does the data tailor do? The data tailor itself is a customization tool. We don't call it as a service by itself. It's a customization tool that is connected to the data store. We also, in this case, we have different ways to access our data tailor. We have the online data tailor. So in this case, we also have the online web user interface, and we also have APIs. But we also have a standalone version of the software. This means that it's just simply installed in your computer, or in this case, it will be installed already in your virtual machine while you have opened it. And why do you want the data tailor? Why is it important for you to have the data tailor? The data tailor has these different capabilities of customizing the data prior to the download, or also after the download, depending. But the really comfortable thing about the data tailor is that you don't have to customize your data afterwards through your computational. You just can just do it through the data. So through the data tailor, we have options such as quick look, subset, aggregate, reformat, layer filtering, reproject. Of course, all of them are specific for the data, for the formats, but all of them are incredibly useful. And if you want to have a bit more explanation and understanding about the data tailor, we do have extra trainings as well that you're welcome to join from EUMETSAT's site on the data tailor itself. But today, Yigit will be showing you how you can use the data tailor already installed in the virtual machine. So this is really comfortable. You don't even have to go through the installation. You'll just open a virtual machine, and then you'll have your data. You'll be downloading data, and then through data tailor. Because in this case, you have a graphical user interface. You also have a command line interface, CLI, and you also have a local Python API. But something really important I also want to tell you is that the EUMETSAT Data Access Client. So you heard me talking about the APIs. How do we interact with APIs? EUMETSAT has came up with this incredible idea of creating a Python library that allows you really simple interaction with our APIs, which are from the data store and data tailor. So EUMDAC is our Python library that you can also be accessed through command line interface, as you can see here in this little image over here, and also as a Python library. This is an example of your notebook, but it's a Python library. You can use it with whichever scripting software you use, or language code you use, whichever you prefer, you're more used to. So EUMDAC itself is going to be what Yigit will be showing you, as well how he will be interacting with our services that I just explained to you, but through EUMDAC. Also on this, we have courses and trainings. So if you feel that you want to know more, please do subscribe to our trainings on EUMETSAT Data Access Client. And we actually have an upcoming training specifically on EUMDAC, 5 sessions with a final practical session. So you're also welcome to join those. So here I just left you a little bit of knowledge base. So here you have the code. You can just enter the knowledge base of the European Weather Cloud. Of course, there is a lot of contents, terms and conditions, getting access, getting started, and all the different information you might possibly need from a knowledge base. We also have the support portal. As you see here, you can access easily the support portal from Morpheus in this case, but don't worry, because again, Yigit here will be showing you how to do it practically. And this is our rocket chat that we have been mentioning to you. Please do join our support groups. They are really helpful for everybody to create this sort of community, and we can all help each other to make the European Weather Cloud even better. So please do register. And of course, these are our contacts. You can contact us at the support@ European Weather Cloud, and of course on the website there is a contact us button, really simple and easily accessible. So now that I have given you this little bit of overall experience of what the European Weather Cloud, I will give my word to Yigit, and you can actually show everybody how you can do all this workflow from opening the virtual machine, checking out your resources, then entering your virtual machine, opening, downloading data, and go through EUMDAC. So, Yigit, the stage is yours. I will stop sharing my screen now.
Thank you very much, Noemi. Now I will share my screen and show you some cool things. So, using the data access, EUMETSAT Data Access Services on EWC, there are two main benefits of it. One is the ready-to-use data Tailor standalone instance. You can click a few things and you have a data Tailor instance in your tenancy. And the other is the offline data we already have in the EWC. It's limited. Of course, it's not the whole data stored there, but yeah, I will now show it to you. So this is the EWC knowledge base. When you go to data access, you can see our different data access ways using ready to use in EWC. Sorry. When you go to configuring data access here in EWC knowledge base, you can see that we are suggesting EUMDAC. And we also have these data buckets. This is easy to use, and I will actually also show you how you can start using this. And this is the time ranges and the mount point of the inside the VM you have. And the other thing is data Tailor standalone instance we have. This is also here under data access. I will also show you in a second. So now let's go to Morpheus. This is what you will get when you request a tenancy from EUMETSAT. So these are the different VMs, and you can also see the IP addresses, for example. So here, this is the VM I'm going to use, and now I actually also I already SSH'd into it, and now I will be using EUMDAC, and I will be showing the EUMDAC part of this data access services. So let me go to Visual Studio Code. Here I'm connected to that VM. You can see the IP address here. It's the 10.0069. It's this one. So
Sorry if I interrupt.
sure, yeah.
Sorry if I interrupt. If you can go to Morpheus 1 second again.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
for everybody that has not did not have access to a tenancy, this is what we're talking about. Morpheus. This is your way of managing the resources that you have. The first time you will have access, of course, you will just log in. As you see here, there is Yigit up there. You will just have a login, and these are all your virtual machine. In this case, it is a tenancy that has been already created for testing and for training purposes. So you see a lot of virtual machines, but that's not the case for when you will have your own tenancy. You will just start with a few virtual machines, and then from there you will be able to add virtual machines accordingly to what are your needs. Sorry, Jit, I just wanted to clarify on this if anybody needed.
Absolutely,
Please
absolutely.
feel
Thank
free
you.
to ask any questions. Meantime, we will be monitoring.
Thank you very much, Noemi. So now let's go back to EUMDAC. EUMDAC is same to use with your own machine. It's not much difference. So first installing EUMDAC, you can install it from pip or you can install with Conda. You can install it from the Conda 4 channel. This is how you can install it. I already installed it, so I will be start using it. So EUMDAC is one stop for all the API access we have. So it has its own search, describe, and download and tailoring mechanisms inside. It's simply an API wrapper around our APIs. So before searching or downloading or tailoring data with Data Tailor web service, using the UMDAC, you should get the credentials. This is we are explaining here. You will put it like this: UMDAC set credentials, and then you will put your consumer key, which you will get from here, and consumer secret, which you will get it from here. You will put it like the syntax is like this, and then you will be ready to use the UMDAC. Let's start what UMDAC. Uh, let's start with the UMDAC capabilities. We have UMDAC describe. UMDAC describe will list all the collections inside the data store. We have around 70. We are always adding more collections, so I don't know the exact number, but we have so many collections now in the data store. We are bringing we are trying to bring all available collections there. So these are the all the collections you can use to search, download, or filter. So let's select this one and try to get more information about it. You can do it. This is the collection flag collection, and let's copy paste this one. It's a meta product, and you can see its date, its small description, and all the search options we have. So this is the describe model. Now we can go to UMDAC search. I have prepared a few commands here just to show you a few. Okay.
Um, Sorry if I interrupt you
Yes.
again. I just would like to clarify for everybody. I don't know if everybody was made it was understood when it said I SSH'd in the machine already. If you have, great. If you haven't, just for you to clarify. Yigit has already created the virtual machine for this training purpose. The virtual machine usually takes a bit more time. So he has SSH, he went through terminal, he accessed the virtual machine, and then he's doing this within his virtual machine that he has already created. So I just wanted to clarify that. Yigit will be showing you, will you be showing how to create a virtual machine as well later on?
Yes. Actually, I forgot it. So we can go to Morpheus screen again, and I can show you real fast. So here we have the plus add button.
It's
Then
okay, you can, okay, doesn't
I'm continuing.
matter.
So
Okay,
you
just
can, yeah, please go ahead.
sorry, sorry, Yigit. Okay, so I just wanted to say that Yigit now it was showing you a moment ago when he was already inside the virtual machine and he was processing. He was getting he was getting the data. He was downloading the data through the virtual machine. Yigit, you can finish that one. How you
Okay.
can download from inside already, and then we'll go back to the virtual machine. So he's already inside the virtual machine. And he's downloading the data and he's showing you how to download the data from UMDAC and from the data store, as I was mentioning to you before. So that you can go back to your terminal if you want, and then we'll go
Okay.
back to
Yes,
this.
we can come to this. It's as easy as selecting the image and then just clicking next and do a few settings there.
Yeah.
So let's go to our CLI page again. This is the uh, VM I mentioned. So we are now searching this collection, MSG15 collection, and we are putting some start and end dates. And I can, yeah, let's see what it will find. So it's between these two dates. It has found six products, and I can also show you. So there are also many search options. Like you can also filter satellites or put a B box or bounding box, and you can search within the geometry. So so this is how search is working. Now, how do we download this data from the data store? We will just come to this and just change search to download. And it will be as easy as this. So EUMDAC has these really good mechanisms inside. It has, for example, this retry mechanism. If something happens to our network or connection, it will retry again. And it has really many good features. For example, it first downloading to the temporary folder here, and then moving it to main folder. And this is making sure the integrity of the product, for example. So it has downloaded all the products, the last one here. And I can lastly show you the, for example, one Sentinel product. Here is the command. This is the Sentinel product collection ID. And in Sentinel, we have different search options like cycle and timeliness. You can also use that within EUMDAC. So now I can go back to Morpheus and do little more things, two more things actually. One is how to create a VM. It's really easy. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sorry. Since you were on UMDAC, maybe we can stick. We have a really good question from
Mhm.
Angel or Angel. I don't know. Angel. I'm just gonna say it in Spanish. Angel. And he is asking, does UMDAC need to be installed? If you can answer that question for us, please.
Can you say it again? I couldn't understand. Sorry.
UMDAC needs to be installed.
Yes. Should I show it?
Yes, please. So
Yes,
so
absolutely.
UMDAC, once you will be having you will be inside your virtual machine, and it's going to work exactly like any normal computer. You will be able to install UMDAC through these steps that Yigit will be showing you in a moment. So in this way, you will be able to use it. The difference is that this time UMDAC, you will have to install it, but from the virtual machine that we are going to show you how to create, you will not have to install the Data Tailor standalone version. So this is the
Mhm.
difference. But UMDAC needs to be installed. So Yigit, if you
Yes.
can please show how you install
Ye-
UMDAC.
Yes, absolutely. EUMDAC is really a small package, so it's easy to install. So I'm on CLI right now, command line interface. So I'm just showing how you can install in command line. You can also go to our EUMDAC knowledge base and get we have many different ways to install the data tailor. I'm sorry, EUMDAC. So you can use Conda install. You can use Conda 4th channel, and you can simply install EUMDAC this way, or you can install this way with pip. So here is how it will be doing. It will take just a few moments. It won't take much time. I already installed, so I'm not doing it again. So now I will go to Morpheus real quick. I need to show you two things. One is the thing I forgot. It's the how to create an instance. It's you simply press plus add. You will select your image. Say Rocky Linux we are selecting. You will click next, and then you put your VM name. Let's say test VM. Uh, then you will need to choose your layout. and your plan. We also have a documentation about how many. So this is the CPU cores and memory inside the machine. We have also have a documentation, or you can just select and it will show you here. You will need to select the network, and you will need to select the security group, which should be security group should be SSH and network should be private. This is for, of course, for the default use. For a specific niche use, you have to maybe change some settings here. Then you will click next. You will see we don't need a workflow. You will see a summary, and when I click complete, it will start creating the VM, and then I can SSH into it, and then start using data access services of EUMETSAT. So that's it. We also I also showed you how you can use EUMDAC for searching, describing, and downloading. Now I want to show you how to connect those data buckets I showed. Let's go to what data buckets we have. It's here. So it's also really easy. I go to VM. I want to connect to data buckets. I just clicked on it, and then go to actions, and then run task, and it will simply will be mount EUMETSAT data buckets. When I click execute, it will run for a few minutes, and then I will have the data. Now I'm going back to my SSH. I already did that again with this VM, and it's simply under EUMETSAT data. You can see we have all the data here. So this is really easy. I just wanted to show you that also. This is the second way of using EUMETSAT data. Now I want to go back to EUMDAC and show you how tailoring works. I will just remove this.
And Yigit,
Yeah,
sorry if I interrupt.
please.
We have another question, which I guess maybe Savi, if he's here, somebody from ECMWF
Mhm.
wants to answer. Okay, thank you, Xavi. I just saw your answer. Thank you. Just to remind, this is a EUMETSAT session. Of course, the ECMWF are also here to help you out, but for understanding more about the data access also from ECMWF, our next session will be based on ECMWF data access. So please do feel free to join our next session too as soon as we'll be publishing it. Okay. All right. Digit, he is now going to show you how once he has created the virtual machine, he has connected, he has SSH'd into it, he's inside. Now he has downloaded the data through UMDAC, and now he wants to customize them. He wants to tailor them according to his need with the data tailor that is already installed when he created the virtual machine in the first place. So
I
please,
also,
Digit.
yes, absolutely, Noemi, thank you very much. I also will show you how to do that. But just before that, I want to use EUMDAC to use the data tailor web service, not without the standalone right now. So you remember we used EUMDAC download like this, and I can simply let me change it with HR Severity. And for example, this command will download the latest HR Severity product. Here you can see I will just cancel it. But now let's tailor it before downloading. So it's also really easy to do. You will just do this flag tailor, and then open the chain, we call it. You will need to put the product, which is HR Severity here in this case, and the format should be let's say geotiff. So let's try this one. So you can see that it says using the data tailor web service, and this is the yeah, it simply says product will be customized with the following parameters. It's geotiff and HR series. So the job is being picked up, and now it will. So the data tailor web service will take the data from the EUMETSAT data store and then customize it. And once the customization is finished, it will automatically be downloaded here. So I I do this for two reasons. First, I want to show you how the data tailor web service works. But the other thing is, you can see that it's taking a bit time. So so the data tailor, we have two variations. One is the web service, one is the standalone. So I think I will be also canceling it. Or actually, it's finished, but it will take some time, at least comparing to data tailor standalone. So now I can go back to um, data tailor standalone. So how you can create a VM, just I showed you, we created a normal Rocky VM. I showed you how to create a normal default Rocky VM. Now I will show you how to create a data tailor standalone installed version of it. Let's go back to Morpheus for a second for the last time. And let's go to, again, this is the same thing again I show you. We click on plus add, and I will just write Tailor, and it's here, data Tailor standalone. You can just provision this VM, let's say test data Tailor. The layout is automatically selected. The plan, again, you need to choose. Let's choose it, and the network and security group will be the same, and we don't need any workflows. And if I click next, you can see that data tailor standalone version 3.3, which is the latest public version, will be provisioned. So simply you will have a VM with data tailor installed. This takes a bit of time to do in your local machine, but here on EWC it's relatively faster. I already did it. Now I'm going back to my SSH connection again. I already did it. By the way, it's also downloaded. So this is how the data tailor web service works. Um, so um, so let's so this is how you what you get when you create a data tailor standalone VM. You will have your Conda package manager installed. So let's see the Conda environment list. So it will create a data tailor three, like this. This is the name of the Conda environment we have. It will install under user local. It's already activated, and let's run the data tailor standalone. So this is the data tailor standalone now. So this is not the EUMDAX. So uh, for data tailor web service, you don't need to download the data store products to customize them. It's all doing in the background in the EUMETSAT servers automatically. But to use the data tailor standalone, you have to have the uh, products from the data store. So let's run it real quickly. So I need let me remove this. I need a data from data store. Let's download one. Oh, sorry, I need to limit it to one product. So it's downloading. Um, we will need a chain to run this. I will also show you how to create a chain. It's really easy, but we have all the parameters to put in that chain in our documentations. So please go to EUMETSAT user portal and see those documentations. So here I have the data store product downloaded directly from with EUMDAC, and let's create the chain now. I need the chain for the customization to put into data tailor standalone. Let's do it like this. I actually put it here. I will just copy paste it. So product will be HR Savory. This is a unique ID. You can get this from our documentation. The format will be JPEG RGB. This is also a unique, you need to put exactly this one. And filter is HR Savory natural color. This is simply the bands 3 to 1 as RGB. So So it's also easy to do without filter, but putting into like numbers 3 to 1. I will just save this and run the data tailor standalone customization now. I'm doing it within the CLI. This is also possible with the GUI. But let's stick with the CLI now. EPCT, run chain. F is the, now I need to put the chain we have created here. And now let's put directly within zip. I didn't do anything. And I just downloaded one product with HRCVD, sorry, with EUMETSAT. And now let's run this one. Simply writing all these to login, and it took only 5.2 seconds, and we have a natural color 321 RGB product here from the from data store, and a product customized within the data tailor. So okay, so Noemi, do we have any questions? I want to show one last thing.
Yes, yes. Actually, there are some. Thank you, Savias, for answering the question. There is a really good question that I still did not answer, and I wanted to say it out loud because I think it's quite important. So it's from Benoit. Are there plans for full MSG Severy archive bucket in the near future, or should we use UMDAC? So, Yigit, maybe you can show where you can find the current archive right now on the knowledge bases, and we usually advise to use UMDAC, and this is because it's really comfortable, it's really easy, it really doesn't take much time. So UMDAC is always something that that we advise. I don't know if Rob is here and he knows if you have plans to add the full bucket, the full archive for MSG Severy. Rob, maybe you have an answer to that, if you have plans for that.
Yes. The answer is that when the default answer is that when some data is available through the nominal data services, meaning data store and using data tailor, possibly in EUMETSAT case, then we normally don't copy the data into the European Data Cloud buckets. But having said this, we are also very keen to get your feedback. So if there is some use case for such bucket and why that bucket will be needed, I am very happy to get that feedback, and we might be able to provide some data in the buckets as well, especially in the cases where some data is not ingested or provided via standard data services for reason or another, but also for other cases if there are good reasons. So please let us know. I don't promise to do anything, but we accept of consider and learn from your feedback. But we might be able to do something.
Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you. Yes. So as Robert just said, I also want to say this. Whenever you want to ask if there is a possibility or you have a feedback, please do email us, do contact us, because we do value a lot what our users say. Of course, this cloud is purposely built for you, so we do care a lot about what you think and what are your plans. So please, any question or any feedback or any additionality or an announcement request you would have, please do let us know, because we value that a lot. Thank you. And Yigit, maybe you can keep on, and then we can answer
Yes,
more questions.
absolutely. Now I will just show one last thing. So these things like UMDAC, running EPCT run chain command, these are the bare minimums you can think of. Now I will just show just a small one step further of this. So give me a moment, please. I need to do one thing. Okay, here. So I have one script here. So just to show you uh, that we have an EUMDAC Python library and DataTailor standalone Python library. So I just want to show, so this script downloads the data from data store and produces a customization with the DataTailor standalone and downloads the first data store product. So in the end, you will get these good products, end products you need. So for example, this is the DataTailor standalone library. This is EUMDAC, and this is really easy to read code. You just put, like I told you, with EUMDAC set credentials command, you will just put your consumer key and secret, and you will then get the HR Savory collection. You can put any filtering you might need, and you can have different chain configs. Of course, I only put the same chain configuration I have here. Let me first remove this just to make it simpler. Let's go back to script, and after the chain. Yes, so let's simply run this and let's finish our demonstration. Let me. So yeah, simply it's running. It will first download the product from the data store and it will customize it and then remove this one again. So now we can, if any, we can take questions, Noemi, and this script can run in the background.
Thank you so much, Yigit. Thank you for showing everything. We know that sometimes that things sometimes also need to be practiced. And again, we're really happy to, if you have more questions about UMDAC and the data access services in general, we are always happy to have you on our trainings. So I have a few questions, Yigit. Maybe we can go through them. And please feel free, everybody, to ask all the questions that you want. This is the moment, so feel free, and there is no such thing as a silly question, so don't worry. So several users, first question, several from Martin, several users in the payroll community experience the UMDAC download is being slow. Is that a known issue as compared to archive we used before?
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. It's sometimes slow. It's of course not the UMDAC, but the data store in the background, or maybe some libraries used in the UMDAC can also be. So we are investigating that, and but we are doing lots of updates. We are working actively on it. So if not now, should be good sooner.
Thank you, Yigit. Yes, absolutely. There is a lot of work coming up for UMDAC. So we have known a bit this issue, but of course, please do report things if you have wonders and everything. So we're always happy to be contacted at ops@eumetsat.int. Next question is how to get files from EWC to local machine via FileZilla or other methods. Do you have a good way to transport?
That's a good question because you know, for many VMs in EWC we are using proxy jump, and it makes everything a bit complicated. So for example, I'm using this solution here, and I can just drag files into my local system and it does everything in the background. But I think the easiest way would be using simple scp command with two, like with the proxy jump in between, SSH proxy, and then from your private network VM. I think that should be the easiest. Simply putting it inside a script like this would be the easiest way. Or if you have just one or two files, you can use the solution I'm using here, which is Visual Studio Code. Yep.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Martin, also for answering the question. This is what we mean with the user community. So thank you so much for answering the question. Martin has answered the question even before I read it. So the next one. What's the difference between installing a data Tailor standalone VM or deploying a VM and installing EUMDAC via Conda? Is there added value? This is a really, really good question.
Is this
Oliver.
simply a comparing data Tailor web service through EUMDAC and data Tailor standalone? Comparing these two, I guess, what I understand. So
Yes, he's asking. Yeah, comparing
if
yeah, you got it.
yeah, okay.
Go.
So yes, there are main differences. So of course, the data Tailor web service is running from EUMETSAT servers, so the resources are shared, and we are of course we are trying our best to bring more resources or do alignments to make a fair use for everyone. But it's of course there are lots of API callings going on, and even if it's really fast from downloading from data store to or copying from data store to data Tailor, but customizing with the limited resources of data Tailor web service and downloading on top of it might take more time than downloading from data store directly and customizing with the data Tailor standalone in your local or EWC machine. So we would suggest using the data Tailor standalone version in EWC. But of course, data Tailor web service is also a great service, and we are trying our best to make it a fair use again.
Thank you so much, Yigit. So yes, there are so many ways to do the same thing. So do we have any other question by any chance? We have. So you recommend final answer is so you recommend deploying data Tailor standalone in a tenancy and distribute data from there to other VMs?
Yes, if you need this end products from the data Tailor web service, then would be a good choice and save some bandwidth, I guess. So yeah, it's a good solution, it seems.
Okay. Oliver, if you want to discuss this further, you can always just join the Rocket Chat if you haven't, and then there is everybody can also give advice and make up a good community that we mentioned before. Thank you. Do we have any other question that we would like to touch upon now? Okay, I don't see any question at the moment, so I just want to say this recording will be available on our training pages. I have sent the link to one of you before, but I will be resharing the link right now, so you can all have from the EUMETSAT side. Maybe CMWF want to share from their side. So you will find the recording to this and the presentation in PDF format in this link. You just have to scroll down. We have a different ones. Again, you're always really welcome to join other sessions about data access services, but especially we do have other sessions about use cases of EWC. The next one will be based on ECMWF side, how to access their data and how to and use them through the European Weather Cloud. And we are going to have a third lesson as well. That is going to be a combined session between ECMWF and EUMETSAT. They are scheduled around April and June. And so just so you know, please do take care of our announcements because they always come up there. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining, and thank you for all the organization of this training. And everybody, thank you, Yigit, for your great demonstration. And I guess I'm going to let you go. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Our Rocket Chat is always open, and everybody is really happy to answer questions and engage in some nice discussions. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining, and I'm going to let you go now. Thank you.